Queen's Park, people gathered to celebrate Canada Day, but a group of Indigenous youth are not celebrating. They've come to voice their opposition for Bill C-5 and Bill 5.
We oppose Bill 5 and C-5 because it's not only an attack on our inherent and treaty rights, but it's an attack on our future and the future of our land and our children.
It's very important for us to stand together and make our voices heard because we will be the ones to be living with the consequences of these bills, of these actions.
Bill 5 is a provincial mining bill that allows Ontario to designate special economic zones or areas that are exempt from municipal and provincial regulations in an effort to speed up the development of resource projects. But critics say it weakens environmental protections and doesn't properly consult Indigenous voices. Bill C-5, the Building Canada Act, is federal legislation that gives Parliament the ability to advance development and resource projects it deems in the national interest.
So often the aftermath of the drilling sites and of the mining, it's still visible and it really impacts the land and it displaces the animals.
Okinawa youth-led movement is connecting young people from communities where the impacts of past and future resource projects are the most negative. They want to be included in the decisions being made that will directly affect their lives and homes.
We understand that mining is essential to the daily living in the modern world we live in today. And there are different ways of approaching this Bill 5, Bill C-5. The fact that we have not been consulted with, there's no free prior informed consent. So there are ways to work with us, work with our community.
To strengthen their oppositions to the bills, the group is organizing visits to major Ontario cities and other First Nations over the next few months.
It won't be the same for every First Nations because there's some First Nations in the Anishinaabe Nation that are pro-Ring of Fire, pro-development, and that should be respected. But at the same time, the right to say no should be respected, and it shouldn't be blanketed whether, let's say, Anishinaabe Nation, Chiefs of Ontario says yes. It has to be individual First Nation by First Nation.
The youth plan to continue to grow their movement and fight for their futures. At Queen's Park, Beverly Andrews, City News.